In a time not too far from ours, when the harmattan wind still whispered wisdom through the trees, there was a young corper named Chisholm. Chisholm had worn the khaki uniform of the NYSC with pride. When he received his posting letter, his heart was full of excitement. But the excitement slowly faded when he saw the name of the village he had been posted to. A small rural community hidden behind dusty roads and tall palm trees in northern Nigeria. There were no shopping malls, no fast internet, no buzzing city life. Only red earth, quiet nights, and people who spoke more in proverbs than in English. On the first day he arrived, he felt like a fish taken out of water. The children ran around him shouting, "Corper, Corper." The elders watched him with curious eyes. The villagers spoke their dialect quickly, and he could barely understand. That night, under a dim lantern light, Chisholm felt alone. He whispered a prayer. "Lord, why here? What can I possibly do in this place?" And as the elders say, when the child asks a sincere question, the ancestors send wisdom through the wind. The next morning, an old man named Baba Tund invited him to sit under the Iroko tree in the village square. Baba Tund said, "My son, when a river enters a new land, it does not fight the soil. It flows gently, and the land makes way for it." Chisholm did not fully understand, but he nodded. Days passed. At first, he complained about the heat. He complained about the food. He complained about the slow pace of life. But then he remembered Baba Tund's words. Instead of isolating himself, he began to greet people in their language, even if he mispronounced the words. The women in the market laughed warmly and corrected him. The children began to teach him songs. He sat with the elders and listened to stories of how the village was founded. He learned something powerful. Respect opens doors that education alone cannot. He stopped acting like a big city corper. He started becoming a learner. When he was posted to teach at the local secondary school, he noticed the students lacked basic learning materials. Instead of blaming the system, he gathered the youth in the village. "Let us build something together," he said. With the help of community leaders, they organized a small reading club under the mango tree. He used his allowance wisely to buy a few books. The villagers contributed benches made from old wood. Slowly, something began to change. The same children who once ran around shouting now sat quietly reading stories aloud. The parents began attending meetings. The village head started calling him our son. One evening, as the sun melted into the horizon, Chisholm knelt in prayer again. But this time, his prayer was different. "Lord, thank you for bringing me here." He had discovered something deeper than service. He had discovered purpose. You see, in African wisdom it is said, "The stranger who respects the land will eat from its harvest." Chisholm realized that NYSC was not just about completing 1 year. It was about character. It was about humility. It was about serving with love. He learned, when you enter a rural community, do not go with pride, go with peace. Do not go to show superiority, go to show service. Listen more than you speak. Learn before you teach. Respect traditions. Honor elders. Protect your values. And let your light shine through kindness. Because sometimes, the village you think is too small is the very place where God wants to grow you. At the end of his service year, the day he was to leave, the entire community gathered. The women sang. The children danced. The elders prayed for him. Baba Tund placed his hand on Chisholm's shoulder and said, "You came as a corper. You leave as our son. Remember, wherever you go, carry humility like water in a calabash." And so Chisholm left the village, not as the same young man who arrived complaining, but as a transformed soul who understood that greatness is not in where you serve, it is in how you serve. Until today, they still tell the story of the corper who came as a stranger and left as a blessing.